As the light turned red, two young men from Texas sat at the light in their car and nonchalantly looked at the cars around them. They became quickly focused on one woman in the next lane, whose intense stare appeared captivatingly unusual. It was a stare so out of the ordinary that it raised an immediate question in their minds. It was supposed to be an ordinary drive for two Texas teens, but it surprisingly turned into a life-or-death situation. Aaron Arias, 19, and Jamal Harris, 17, were just casual onlookers, momentarily distracted by an attractive woman in another car. Little did they know their brief attention would soon turn into a critical rescue mission. Stopped at a red light near downtown Dallas, Jamal noticed something was off. The woman's body language screamed distress. When she made direct eye contact and silently mouthed the words, "Help me," he realized this was no ordinary scenario. Aaron was skeptical at first. "Stop playing," he said to Jamal, convinced his friend was joking. But their eyes met, and in that instant, there was no doubt. She was silently pleading. Without hesitation, the teens launched into action. They called 911, carefully tracking the vehicle and providing crucial details to the dispatcher. "I'm witnessing, not a robbery, a kidnapping," Aaron reported, steady with purpose. Quick thinking and unexpected courage from them changed the ordinary teenagers into heroes. "We felt like we were in an action movie," Aaron later recalled in an interview. For the woman in distress, however, it was a moment of salvation. During the 911 call, Aaron described what was happening in minute detail. The blonde female in the back seat was saying, "Help me," he said to the operator. They continued to follow the car, fully aware of the potential danger but committed to intervention. The incident serves as a stark reminder of how 1 second of awareness and compassion can completely alter a potential tragedy. These young men happened to be at the right place at the right time. They chose to act at the moment when someone most needed their help. As Aaron and Jamal chased after the suspect's car down Highway 175, they were giving a blow-by-blow to the 911 operator. "We were just at first looking at the girl in the back seat," Aaron said. Then he made that quick turn, looking back at us. The blonde woman in the back seat was frantically mouthing, "Help me." I immediately thought it was a kidnapping. The driver, knowing he was being pursued, started making erratic maneuvers to throw them off. "He was driving wildly, swerving everywhere," Aaron recounted. The suspect ran the gamut from high-speed escapes to sudden slowdowns in a tense cat-and-mouse game. At times, he would turn his lights on and off for no apparent reason, clearly trying to lose his pursuers. Jamal followed the 911 operator's instructions, turning on their hazard lights to signal nearby patrol cars. Aaron's concerns grew more intense with each passing moment. "The driver knows he's being followed," he told the operator. "He could either hurt her, try to escape, or potentially harm us." But when pressed for how he knew she was calling for help, Aaron was unequivocal. "We could read her lips," he said. And while they were driving, she was hitting the back windshield looking absolutely frantic. Undeterred by the precarious situation at hand, the young men were resolute in pursuit of the suspect. The pursuit continued for 40 miles, a nerve-wracking chase that seemed to stretch on and on. Finally, the police intervened. As they pulled the suspect from the vehicle, Aaron and Jamal's relief was palpable. "Oh my God!" Aaron exclaimed, his voice filled with excitement and disbelief. The suspect was identified as Charles Atkins Lewis Jr. and immediately charged with aggravated kidnapping. At the time of arrest, police found a knife and a handgun in the vehicle, confirming the potentially deadly nature of the situation. Their quick thinking and courage had potentially saved a life, transforming an ordinary day into an extraordinary act of heroism. The traumatic incident started at 11 p.m. as the young woman was leaving a downtown networking event for professionals. Without warning, a man approached her from behind, striking her 3 times on the head, reportedly using a handgun. Atkins, who had no prior connection to the victim, forcibly pushed her into the back seat of her own car and discarded her cell phone out the window. According to police affidavits, the woman believed Atkins intended to sexually assault and potentially murder her. Her worst fears seemed imminent until 2 teenage strangers intervened. After the rescue, the victim ran to Aaron and Jamal, embracing them with overwhelming gratitude. "I can honestly say those were the best hugs I've ever gotten," Aaron recalled, visibly moved by her emotional response. When asked about their heroism, both teens were humble. "She says we saved her life," Aaron said humbly. "I guess you could say we did, but I don't want to be that person who calls themselves a hero." Jamal gave a deep insight. "You don't need a cape to be a hero. You just have to be yourself and respond when someone needs help." Legal fallout. Atkins was charged with aggravated kidnapping and held on a $50,000 bond. His attorney said he is innocent until proven otherwise. Public reaction has been wholly supportive. Social media and news comments are praising the teens for acting so quickly and taking action. "Brave teenagers," one comment read. "They didn't ignore a potentially dangerous situation, but acted responsibly by calling authorities. Better safe than sorry." The incident turned a routine evening into an extraordinary tale of unsolicited heroism, showing how split-second decisions can change lives.